Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the
Sadly Relatable podcast.
We back, baby.
Yay, yay.
That was so weak.
Well, you're weak.
Come on, man.
Yay, yay.
Ugh, just try a little bit.
You do it.
No, I already did it last
Yeah,
episode.
I know. It hurt my ears.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Okay, we're here. Nishan doesn't want to be here, clearly.
Hey, guys. How's life?
What's wrong with you?
I'm ill.
I know. The thing is, I know you're ill. I'm waiting for you to say it to give a reason.
You know, I literally have, I'm literally ill.
Yeah, okay.
I was ill in the last episode as well. I just had to, hold my sniffles. And Abe was like, you're not going to be sniffing the whole episode,
Yeah, because
are
it's
you?
a podcast. Imagine they're just talking.
I know, but I didn't, did I? I don't think I did.
Nah, I
But
don't
yeah,
think
I
you
am a bit ill, guys. But I'm still here, committed,
To the cause.
trying hard.
Okay, good. Yeah, welcome back, guys, to another week. Sorry in advance, but this should be fun. I've got a crazy story to tell you, lot, because I don't think I've told you either, Nisrin.
What is it?
Did I tell you about what happened to me, Rafiq and Ray?
Yeah.
Did I tell you?
Yeah, but tell me again.
No, what? I was so excited.
You told me, you showed me all the clips and everything.
Oh, I did. I'm so annoyed. Okay, I'll tell you guys anyway, because you guys haven't heard it.
I'm going to take my shoes. Guys, I'm getting comfortable in this episode, okay? I'm taking my shoes off.
Okay, so me, Ray, and Rafiq were driving all the way to Halifax, yeah, which is I think just outside of Bradford, and we are going there because Rafiq found the apartment that he wanted to move into, and so obviously they've got like a little minivan that they've got, and they've packed all the Rafiq stuff from London. Yeah, they've filled the car up. They've come pick me up from Cambridge, and then we've made our journey there. Now, bear in mind, we had to actually drive to Birmingham first to pick up the keys from
So it was
agency.
a long drive.
Bro,
how long was the drive?
The whole thing, just in general, traffic, getting food, all this stuff took us all day. Like, they picked me up at 3. We didn't get there until 2 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did this whole journey, got there at 2 a.m. and we were just laughing because Rafiq he's only ever seen the place and the apartment on video.
Yeah. So he hasn't seen it in
He hasn't
person.
seen what it looks like
So
yet.
he's going to pick up the keys.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the keys and then going straight there.
Yeah.
And we're all busting jokes. We're going there. It's going to be fun.
Are you in a van?
Yeah, we're in a little mini van bus type thing, and that's got space with all this stuff in it.
Yeah.
And the whole road trip there was fun. I love road trips, by the way. I'm the type of person that just really enjoys long drives.
I enjoy just sitting in a car while someone's driving.
Yeah, it's better fun.
I could do that all day. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Fun.
Even when I went to New York, we drove 7 hours from New York to Canada. That was the most fun.
Yeah, I feel like that's
sick.
I think it's because it reminds us of our childhood, when we drive to Morocco and stuff. But
Yeah.
I enjoy, but not when I'm driving.
I need to do that drive.
To Morocco.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very, very unsafe.
No, it's changed now. It's completely different.
Have you done it?
Yep. Last week. No,
Yeah,
but everyone
no.
tells me that it's changed. It's it's so much easier.
Oh, that's just core memory from my childhood.
Bro, they used to go back in the day without any maps, Nisrin. You know, the maps that we have now.
No, they had TomToms.
No, but even then, it was barely. TomToms just started coming in.
How do they do that?
I don't get it. They should look at maps.
Everyone would just follow each other because there'd be the same people. We'd see them at the petrol stations.
Yeah, the service stations.
If you guys have ever driven to your country, and I mean, obviously some people haven't, but us in Morocco, it takes 3 days. I think you could do it in a day.
I don't know.
No, there's some quick you don't do. You know how we would go to France and then we go to Spain and then Morocco. I'm pretty sure
this is actual route.
No, I'm pretty sure you can get the ferry that goes straight to Spain.
Oh, it goes. It goes around the edge.
Yeah, you go to Spain and then you just drive to Morocco in
Oh, okay, cool.
the day. So I guess you maybe 2 days you can do
okay,
it.
yeah. I think I heard something like that. You're right. But yeah, they used to be so fun as well. I can't lie. And I want to start doing that as well. Especially for when I have kids, I want to do them travel journeys.
Oh my god, I forget that's a whole section of our lives, inshallah, that we've got to experience.
I know.
We're here stressed about this
so
section,
much.
this chapter, and then we've still got so many chapters. Having kids, and then our kids being, inshallah, and you guys, and then our kids being children, and then them being toddlers, and then adults, and then us being grandparents.
There's so many sections. We're literally just in the second part.
Yeah, do you think it gets better?
I feel like we just came out of kids stage.
Yeah, we're in the second part.
Yeah.
Does it get better? Sorry, carry on your
inshallah.
story.
But even that is a headache. Imagine your kids turn out to be nightmares. They're all on drugs, doing all kind of crazy stuff.
Sorry, I just have it. I just carry on your story. I just reminded me I wanted to say something in a podcast.
Okay, cool. I just heard drugs. I was oh yeah. No, so anyway, let me go back to my story. So we're on this road trip, or we drive down to Halifax, and on our way there, we're just busting jokes about he hasn't seen the place yet, and we're like, imagine if it's dead, or imagine it's good, like the area, because we haven't seen the area. We've seen the videos of the apartment, it's nice. And we get to this area and it's like 2 a.m. We're driving, like Halifax looks so nice, especially at night, because it's all like hilly and like mountainy, and like
see, like the lights and buildings.
Yeah,
and
so like where we got to where his apartment block was, we're like, you can look over the edge of like this little hill type thing, and then there's more hills and little dots of lights of different houses. It just looked really nice. I love seeing
stuff, especially at night time. Like it just brings you peace. And
the stars were mad as well. It was really a nice vibe. We kept getting more and more excited.
If you're from Halifax, comment down below.
Yeah,
you said it's near Bradford, right?
Yeah, so we started getting more and more excited the closer we got, because we're like, so banging, like you're gonna live out here. This is sick. And then because at first we're like, you're going all the way up north, that's dead, blah blah blah. But it started getting better and better. And then we started walking. We got his stuff out of the van and we started walking towards the actual apartment, like complex building, and like things just slowly started getting worse and worse. We're like, all right, we walk up to this building and it's like, it's the door has no like fob or key. You just walk in to the main building where all these apartments are.
That's not safe.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, we go in, and then we see the lifts and they look so like cheap and like old and.
Wow,
No, but you know when you come
You're lift shaving.
Yeah, I am lift shaving. I'm sorry, guys, but like.
You mean like just like really run down?
Yeah, run down. Like.
Yeah.
You could just tell the vibe. It wasn't even run down. It was just cheaply made. Like it didn't look like. Yeah. It didn't have that vibe of like, it looked like you get in it, you're like, this might not make it all the way to the top.
Like the lift that we went to when we were in Holland.
Yeah. Yeah, basically like that. So we get in it and we go up, and the whole time I go to Rafiq, oh no, what's happening? And then he was saying, look, do you know what? Alhamdulillah, as long as the apartment's good, because we've seen the video of the apartment, it's good. I'm like, this is nothing, to be honest. You're good, you're chilling.
Matter.
And it's bear in mind, it's 2 a.m. We're all tired. We're carrying his stuff up. Yeah,
carry it up first.
Yeah, in our heads, we're like, let's take as much as we can now, just to get out of the way. We were so tired.
That was so silly.
I know. So we're carrying as much as we can. We've got like, all of us have got so many bags, and we get to the front door. Rafiq is opening the door. Ray's in front of me. I'm behind him with all the stuff, and I just see Rafiq like slowly open this door, and I see a little bit of like dirt and rubbish on the floor in the main mat bit, and I'm thinking, that's sometimes normal. People been in and out. Maybe the estate agents come in and done stuff, and then like I look at Ray, and Ray's like looking, and he looks at me with like, he turns his head with his eyes open, and I'm like, what? And when I tell you, when I looked in, it was literally like we just walked into a bando, like a trap house, where it was literally looked like
worse than a trap house.
Literally, it was almost like squatters have been there. The whole place was trashed. When I mean trashed, it wasn't even like people found it open and destroyed it.
Yeah.
It was the previous owner just lived so disgusting. There was the carpet had cat poo everywhere.
That makes me sad.
Like actual cat poo everywhere, and pee. It smelled like animal, like, but you could tell it was soaked into all the carpet.
That makes me so sad, because like that poor cat.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What were they doing? That's like some health hazard, bro. Yeah. There was poo everywhere. Each corner there was lumps of different poo.
That when I think about that really makes me sad.
Yeah, it was so messed up. And then even the bedroom, there was like half a bed left, and then you walk into the bathroom. The bathroom was disgusting. There was skiddies in the toilet. Like, it was so disgusting. The kitchen sink was packed up, dirt all over the place.
Because whoever advertised that, did they not see it first?
That's what I mean. That's why we were so. It's 2 a.m. this room. We're hours away from anywhere. Hotels, you can't just check in on late night. So we're like, what the hell are we doing, bro?
You
like,
have to be using the cat poo as a pillow.
Yeah, literally. So we get there, we're like, we're done. But we're in that situation. We're all just laughing. We're like, oh obviously. My God, what the hell? And Rafiq already paid 6 months up front.
Oh my God.
And so we're laughing. We're like, this is done up. But the case was so severe that we knew you're going to 100% get your money back. There's no way that they're going to even try anything.
But it wasn't like a bookie company.
No, it wasn't. That's what's weird. Obviously, they must be if they're not checking out things properly. But what we think happened was that the people that lived there probably sent them a video, probably took a video when they moved in.
That video was probably, from when at the beginning.
When they moved in, and then they sent it to them like, hey, we've unpacked everything. Mm-hmm. But the place was so disgusting. It made me think there's genuinely people that live like this. Like, how do you must die of some type of chemical disease, because it was just apparently cat poo has some type of thing in it that's actually dangerous for pregnant women to be around
cat
it.
wee, cat wee is not good. You
Yeah.
can't like change litter if you're pregnant.
That's what I'm saying. So how are you even living in general if it's that packed?
I don't even care about the people because respectfully, unless you've got some sort of like health issues or mental health issues. Sorry, but that poor cat, like there's no litter box. Why? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the cat's just that makes me so sad.
Yeah, it was a bit like, whoa, this cat must have been going through stress.
You should have reported it. Like,
who we gonna report? So 2 a.m. call the police.
No.
Get here now. There's cat poo everywhere.
No, I mean like to the agency, like say
we did.
Find who they are and say to
they
them
obviously
the cats.
know who it was.
Yeah, but say like it's not safe for the cat.
Hey, by the way, the agency pissed me off. Yeah, do you know why? So in the end, we were like, do you know what? Let's drive back to Cambridge and just stay at mine.
Yeah.
So we're like, because it's there's no hotels, there's nothing. We did a 3-hour journey back to Cambridge, and they stayed at mine in the morning. We called the estate agent. Yeah, and we're like, they told him everything that we need to do.
But did you have the key though? I just realised.
Yeah, he had to go back to Birmingham. No, he sent it by mail afterwards.
Okay.
So they called the estate agent, and the guy on the phone is doing that thing where they're like, you could tell they're just going off a script. Yes, sir. Like, not showing any emotions in the situation. We're going to send a cleaner out there so you can get in there tonight. We're like, I was on the phone. Rafiq was doing it for ages. And I said to him, bro, this isn't a cleaner situation. The cleaner's no cleaner's going to get there and solve the situation. There's like poo smeared all over this place needs to be shredded, like put apart, like the carpet needs to be ripped apart and taken off, fresh carpet, painted walls. This is not like a go in and hoover
just
and
hoover
scrub.
a little bit and then it's done.
Yeah, it was disgusting,
but
bro.
I feel like they should have compensated like Rafiq.
Bro, he spent money on petrol.
Yeah, I feel like can he not like
he's trying to. We're lucky because I shouldn't say too many details about family members.
Details,
but there is certain family members that we have that deal with estate agents and used to be lawyers and stuff, and they understand.
This
that process.
Well, I think he should I'm not gonna lie, sue them. I think landlords are the biggest. I'm not gonna lie, most landlords are the actual biggest pieces of. I'm gonna stop swearing, by the way, guys. Biggest pieces of poos on this earth. Not gonna lie, and companies I've realised that. You know, even in order to be very, very, very rich, you have to kind of step on certain people.
No, you do.
There's no way you can be really rich without stepping on or oppressing some people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Every billionaire had to have done something that was ethically wrong to get to that point.
And I just think about landlords like that. Like they just don't care about people.
Do you know what? Saying that, I had a really bad experience with, the delivery company, Hermes or every now it's called.
Yeah.
Not really bad experience, but it just really pissed me off that their service was so trash. So I paid, and this is so insignificant, but I paid for a parcel to come next day delivery on Amazon, not on Amazon, on ASOS.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm waiting for it all day. I'm not moving because I need to make sure I get it because no one else is going to be home. And then all of a sudden, I get a message saying we can't deliver it today. Not any reason why. Just we can't deliver it today. We can deliver it tomorrow. And I'm thinking. But I literally paid. I know it's silly, but I paid £5 extra just to get it here today because I'm going to be busy the rest of the week.
Yeah.
I can't get it any other day. And I'm like, okay, I need to contact them. I go into to call them, and it's just an automated machine that gets you nowhere.
Yeah. Everyone knows this about Royal Mail.
Yeah, oh my God, it pissed me off. And then I went, all right, let me go to the live chat. Made me put all my details in, took me through this whole thing just to give me a message saying what it said in the update. Oh, it's going to come tomorrow instead. And I'm like, no, I want to talk to someone.
They know, delivery people know not to have a customer service that you can ring, or they make it really hard. Like you have to go through bare steps, keep putting in the right keys, and it takes long because they know that their lines would just be ringing it would be a hard job.
I was it's the first time in my life that I'm like, I have to do something about this. I want to write a review or make a video.
I fully understand Karens now. I used to be like, why do people leave bad reviews? But I fully understand now. I'm genuinely, I get it. Even me, my lift hasn't been working in my apartment for so long. And now whenever I order a parcel or I order anything, whether that's Uber Eats, anything, the delivery drivers will not come up the stairs. They're so lazy.
Oh yeah, you said you had to.
I literally had an argument with Deliveroo, and it wasn't just straight away. It's like the 10th time this has happened now, where they're like, "Can you come down?" To the point where I have to start lying. So when they call me, I'm just going to be honest. They'll call me and they'll be like, hi, I've got because respectfully, you're grown men. You're men. You were made to freaking go to war. And you're telling me you can't walk up 6 flights of stairs. Respectfully, come on. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
It is a bit like...
I do understand that it's annoying, but what if lifts weren't invented?
Yeah, but it's also like what you sign up for. You're a delivery man. You're not delivering it to the outside of the building. You're going to the door and giving it to the person.
And that means like whatever circumstance it is. And obviously I understand if I was at the 10th floor, that's so long. But I make sure to give a tip as well.
Yeah.
Because I know when a lift's not working, I'm going to give you a tip extra.
Yeah, of course.
And I just have started lying. I'm not going to lie. Whoever comes to my house, they're like, hi, your lift's not working. Can you come down? I'm like, oh, I would, but I've got a baby. And like, I can't wake her up. She's having a nap at the moment. And
you can't leave her, basically.
Yeah, basically, I can't. You're going to make a mother carry her child all the way, and you're a grown man.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't give a shit. Sometimes they do not care. They'll just be like, okay, sorry, well, I can't come up.
And they'll just leave it.
Yeah, well, one of the times, he was like, oh, I can't come up. I was like, I'll give you a tip. And he was like, okay, I'm coming now. Like, yeah. And then one guy, which is kind of funny, which I hope he never watches this. I really hope he doesn't. It was actually a delivery, I ordered some clothes. He comes and he's like, look, your lift's not working. I'm like, have a baby. And then he's like, okay, cool. He then goes and leaves my parcel at the post office. Like, that's not far away. It's like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
He leaves it there. And then, because I got a message, we've left your parcel here. And then like 10 minutes later, he comes back, he rings the doorbell and he's like, look, I did leave it here, but I care about children, so I'm bringing it up.
Oh, and he brought it back and
but
came up.
He brought it back because he's like,
his conscience. He's like, oh, that's kind of deep. Now she's going to have to leave her baby to go all the way to the post office. And you don't even have a baby.
I know, but sorry.
I was thinking, yeah, good. I was thinking, wait a minute,
yeah, no, but okay, him I get. Some people do it and don't complain. You know the delivery drivers I've realised that don't complain. It's always the older men. Like the old, hard-working like men that I see that don't complain. They don't mention the lift. One time it was raining. He brings it up, doesn't complain at all. And like, what is wrong with the men of this generation? I'm so sorry, but like...
I just feel like everyone now is a bit softer. Like back then, like, I know he's older, but he'll just come in and be like, let me just get it done and go up. Whereas now they're like,
it was raining, Ayo.
Forget that. And then they'll just get and go.
Exactly.
It's a bit weird mentality.
And I do get that it's long. I get that it's long, right? But just don't do the job. The same way, when there's... Sorry, I just realised I need to show...
Imagine there's a bunch of delivery drivers watching this like, she doesn't understand us.
Yeah, no.
Like pissed off
the
at your
point
point
I
of view.
have friends that I know do that and I know how long it is, right?
Yeah, I've been a delivery driver myself.
Yeah, but just don't do the job then.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't complain about that, bro.
I get it if it's on the 10th floor.
Yeah.
Like, or at
The
least
only thing that's annoying about being a
something.
delivery driver is when you just can't find the house. Like, that's the most annoying thing ever. Like, there's been times I've pulled up at the where it's told me to go, and I just can't find it, and I'm there for ages. And then because I did it for like food restaurants, and I know they're getting pissed off and now they're calling. Where I'm like, I'm here, I just can't find the bloody house.
So I do sympathise. Not gonna lie but my thing is when I hear them and they're like, sorry, I'm not coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but there's like it's not that's not high.
You can't even complain if you wanted to because you got to go through 55 different automated bots.
Yeah, I know, but no, actually I had an argument. Not an argument. I was speaking to I went through the customer service and I literally said to them, I'll send it to you, but I was like, men used to go to war, and hunt for food, and your delivery drivers can't bring it up the stairs because they're too tired or whatever the reason is, like they're too lazy. And the guy, I feel bad because the guy was, obviously it's not his fault, and he's just nice, like, okay, we'll sort this out for you. And I was like, look, I know this isn't your fault, I'm just really annoyed. And I was just like actually going off, but I was going off at how angry I was, not at him. But yeah, it's just really annoying, not gonna lie.
Yeah. People annoy me, I can't lie.
Imagine
but then if I was on the other end, someone who
if I was on the other end,
I'd be like, shut up.
No, not just that. Let's say I was the one delivering it, I'd be like, you can't expect me to go. I'm not gonna lie, I'd get it, but I would get it.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm saying I think I would do it, but I think imagine if it's your 10th one today that you've had to run up the stairs.
I think you deserve a tip.
I'd be like, oh, how long? Yeah, the tip makes sense.
You definitely deserve a tip, but yeah.
I think that's what the complaint is. If you do something like that and then they don't leave a tip, then it's like, oh, these guys are idiots.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
But yeah, I do feel you, like whatever side I'm on. But I feel like I think for me at the start I was like, okay, but then it's happened so much.
You can't really give a tip to.
No, you can.
People that do deliveries for clothing and stuff like that.
Oh, no, not to them. You can't to them. That's why I understand when they leave it downstairs. Mm-hmm. But when it's like Uber or like anything like, do you know what I mean? Amazon, no, wait, just realised Amazon delivery drivers. When it's like you're ordering food or sometimes like...
food.
Get it? No, like, you know, like...
Oh, yeah, like groceries. And
yeah,
all that
like
kind of
groceries
stuff,
and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah.
Oh, that's jokes.
I have a story to tell you, right?
Go on then.
So basically, I don't know if this is like fully appropriate, but it's someone that I know, and their life is like drastically changed.
Mm-hmm.
So like, they're like, I'm explaining the story from their past, which I asked them if I could say, and she was like, yeah, say it.
Mm-hmm.
But basically,
I'm
this
scared.
is kind of bad. She used to be a bit of a harami, right?
Mm-hmm.
As in she knows already, like whatever.
I hope.
And one time when she was younger, she was in school. No, she was in college or school. I don't know what one it was. I think it was like year 11 or college. She basically, I just realised saying this is probably kind of bad.
Oh, is it a sin to basically say it as well?
No, I don't know about, because I'm not saying who it is and you don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Let me just sit and think about this one.
Oh, but now you're making me even more interested. You know, something one of them ones I'm like, oh, if it's haram, don't say it. But the back of my head, I'm like,
no,
oh,
it's not even that. It's just like, okay, so basically, she basically pretended that she was pregnant to the person she was speaking to. So she was like, so people do this, right, where they'll just pretend they're pregnant. Okay?
Yeah.
But then,
why do you say that so casually? That's how I know you're on the side of like women just being crazy
No,
and men
no,
are the problem. Yeah,
everyone-
we just do that. Like, you know, some of us might just act like we're pregnant.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm saying it's very known that women will do that. And I think it's like, and I spoke to her about it as well. I think it's an attention thing.
Yeah.
Like it's just, and I don't know about now.
Was she doing it in the sense of, was she doing it in the sense of trying to like trap him, saying it's his?
Yeah, she's saying I'm
with?
pregnant.
Okay.
And like, I'll be real with you, even she was saying to me, Nisrin, I don't know why I done that. She was like, it gives me the ick to think. She said, I had no idea what was running through my head, why I done it. I think maybe it was attention or whatever. Maybe she wanted him to
That's
like.
so mean though. Do you know how mean that is? I'm sorry. To like lie to someone about such a life-changing
No, but maybe
thing.
I don't know. Look.
But then again, at the same time, imagine it's deep on both sides.
Maybe
in the sense of
to see their
imagine he was
reaction.
so excited. That's even worse because like now he's like, I'm going to bring a life into this world, and I want to stand up and make sure I do the
'cause
right thing.
More time, the people that do it, they do it when they're younger.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think anyone would do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like when
Well,
they're
it
older,
happens.
I don't think people would do it. Yeah, it obviously does happen, but that's not even the point of the story. Okay. So she basically, I don't know why, we don't know why, she's very ashamed of it and embarrassed about it. But the person that wasn't in the UK, like he wasn't, at the time he wasn't even in the UK, so maybe she just wanted a bit of attention, like him calling her more, are you alright, babe?
Sorry, that is such a... I just want him to call me a bit more. I'm pregnant with your child. I'm not even in the country. Well, it happened somehow, maybe through the phone.
Maybe to see his reaction, or
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway,
My God.
she then obviously had to get herself out of the predicament because she's not pregnant with a child.
Don't tell me then she then went through the whole...
Wait, no, not
Oh.
that. She didn't do that. She then... So what she done is she ended up saying to him, oh, like, don't worry, I'm going to sort it out. Like, by the way, trigger warning, because I know, like, pregnancy and stuff is a sensitive subject for some people. But she then said that she'd gone and, like, had an abortion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to make it more believable, she literally went to, like, the school library and, like, made a whole letter. And by the way, wallah, this story is true. Like, I knew about this story ages ago, but we were just speaking about it recently.
Yeah.
She made a whole letter, and she even put like the NHS logo on the letter. Like it just was like a real letter, basically. Your appointment's confirmed for this. She just done it, right? And I think just to take a photo and to send it to him. Don't give your opinions because everyone has their opinion, obviously. But anyway, it's not like.
Wait, where's the story going with the letter?
Wait, so she'd done that, taken the photo, whatever, sent it to him, and then it's like the next day in school, right? And she lost the letter. She couldn't find... She was basically like... I think it's the same day or the next day. And she basically was like, where the frick is the letter?
Yeah.
And the head teacher called her in to the office.
Yeah.
And basically was like, look, like, we just need to speak to you because someone found this letter. So I don't know if it was she chucked the letter away in a bin or something, or it fell out of her pocket in school.
I thought you were going to say something worse. I thought she was going to, like, her parents find it at home.
No.
Oh, okay.
That would have been so insane. But that would have been insane, I'm not going to lie. But no, it was basically the head teacher called her in. They were like, look, we just want to make sure that we're able to give you the support that you need because someone did find this letter and bring it in to us.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that she just had to sit there and be like, yeah, no, like... It's hard, but it's the right choice to make and things like that. And she said that to this day, she still thinks about that. And she's still like, why the hell did I do that? But then she also says someone in school, let's say like a student found it, thinks that that was her.
Yeah.
And they still believe it to this day.
Yeah, no
but she
one
was
else
like, I'm
knows.
glad they didn't like tell anyone and spread the rumor.
Yeah,
Do you know
true.
what I
They
mean?
must have been like a good person.
But yeah, No, that's insane.
The fact that they even gave it to her teacher probably shows they're good.
It might have been a teacher.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, true.
But yeah, I just thought that was absolutely insane. Like,
imagine being in that office, like.
She had to sit there and be like,
drop a tear.
yeah, because what else are you gonna do? Like, oh no, sorry, I wanted some attention. So
people are crazy. I'm sorry, that is a crazy thing. I can say that.
That is a crazy story.
Yeah,
obviously, that's like a movie.
Tell me off. Don't call them crazy. You don't know what they've been through. That is crazy.
No, obviously that's like a movie. Like that's literally like these are like stuff that literally happens in movies.
So like that is a thing that happens. People try to trap people with like pretending to be pregnant, innit?
Yeah, I've heard that people do it because it's mainly in America, but you see how like they'll say they want an abortion and they're not pregnant, and then they'll be like, you have to pay for the abortion. Then they'll take the abortion money.
Oh, yeah, that's so true because they have to pay for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And I also heard that sometimes some women will freeze their pregnancy wee or get their friend who's pregnant, freeze it, and then just do it to multiple men. Like, you need to give me abortion money. Like, show them a positive pregnancy test, warm it up, and be like, I'm pregnant, you need to give me abortion. That's messed
up. Like I'll be like, all right, no, keep it.
He goes, that's messed up. I was going to say, that's a good business idea. I'm joking.
I'd get paranoid. I'd hear this. Then I'd be like, keep it. Keep the baby.
Ayub calls their bluff.
Yeah.
And then
we'll
now
test
he's
the
a father.
DNA. And then we'll test the DNA when it comes out.
No, Ayub literally just like, nah, it's not true. I remember that one time. And then 9 months later.
You are the father.
That is stress though.
No, that's mad.
But people do crazy stuff in this world, I've realised. And yeah, people, it's insane. Insane in the membrane.
America in general is just a bit nutty.
Yeah.
I always think back to my like trip to New York and how fun it was. I was telling my friend about when I went to see. Oh, I didn't even tell you actually. There's a podcast that I watch. I think I've mentioned it on here before.
You did tell me, by the way.
The Lapuri podcast, and they are two brothers, and one of them is like called Danny. I don't know if you remember him from Vine. Yeah, that guy basically.
Guys, he was so funny.
Yeah, and I watched their podcast. Their podcast is hilarious. And he's now started stand-up comedy, and he's got different shows. And I noticed that when I was in New York, he was going to have one around the same time in New Jersey or New Brunswick, I think, which is in New Jersey. Yeah. So I Ivan actually booked the tickets for us to go see it. And we did this whole like train journey. It was like an hour, and got to this town. And it felt like something out of a movie. You know when you're watching an American movie and you see this little American town where like, it's nighttime and there's like not much going on because it's a small town, but there's like the bar is open. You know, it's literally like that.
I want to see it so bad.
And I'm like walking around. I was like, I'm literally in a movie. And we like got to this little town, and the vibe was just literally like, I'm in America. This is what it feels like.
I think it's like, for me, the reason I want to go is I just want, like, you see like Home Alone at like Christmas time, and like, I just want to feel like the movie, like I'm in a movie. But
yeah, so then we get into the comedy place where the stand-up, and it's packed, by the way, like he's like sold the place out. And by the way, one thing about Ivan, my friend Ivan, because he does recruitment, and he's that person that no matter where we go, restaurant, anywhere, he'll finesse getting us a better seat or talking to someone, and like he just knows how to chat and be like, oh, that's free, come on, let's do that. We get in and we end up having to sit right in the corner where it's like, we're not, the stage is here, we're like direct in line with it, we can't see much. And there's one reserved table like in the middle, like the perfect seating, a few people in front of you, but like the perfect place. And he's like, all right, 1 second, gets up, goes start speaking to like the different people working, and all of a sudden he's like, hey, come on. And we just sat down in that reserved table that someone must have not shown up or something, and he like finessed us sitting there. And then the whole show was like hilarious. I'm laughing my head off. And it's so weird to see someone that you watch on podcasts or on thing like quite regularly every week in person, because you feel like you know them. And it's like, I know you, but you don't know me, but I know so much about you. And I'm laughing the whole time, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then we get up, we go to the, I go to the toilet. And basically they had VIP tickets where you can meet him afterwards, but they were already sold out, so we couldn't get it. So I went to the toilet, and as I'm coming out, I see Ivan up to his shenanigans again, yeah.
I love those sort of people, though. I feel like sometimes I'm sort of like that.
Yeah, I wish I could be that. I'm not that person. I'm like just follow the rules, get on with your day.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That's no fun.
I know. That's why I'm happy.
Sorry, that's no fun.
The thing is, I can do it sometimes, but sometimes in these situations where I feel like I don't want to embarrass myself in front of someone that I watch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but embarrassment is just made up.
Yeah. So anyway, I go to the toilet and I come out and then I see Ivan next to the green room. That's where all like the comedians say they have their private room. Yeah. And I just see him knocking on the door, and I'm like, straight away I got to put my head down. I'm like, oh no. Like, I'm embarrassed, but at the same time I'm like looking. I'm like, does he do it? Does he not do it? And then I just see him poke his head in, and then he starts speaking. He looks back and he goes, hey, get over here.
Oh, that's so cute. Though.
Yeah, and then he knows that I'm more of like the fact, like he's watched a few of his things.
Ivan's
but he knows,
such a sick guy though.
Yeah, well, like when I think of like friends, when I think of the perfect friend, Ivan is that person. He goes out of his way, even though he's so busy, he does so much. He's always checking up on all of his friends. He's the one that calls everyone, how you doing, blah blah blah. Like there. Whatever you need, he'll
Belly.
pull up and do it type thing. And he
Oh,
can get
you've not
anything
been
done.
friends for like over 10 years now.
Yeah, literally, it's crazy.
Yeah,
But he is like a really, really good friend.
Belly.
But anyway, yeah, so he's like, hey, go in. Like,
We should get Ivan on the pod.
Yeah, I actually want to. He'd be gassed, by the way.
Would he want to do it?
Yeah, he'd be so gassed.
Okay, 1,000 likes and we'll get Ivan on the pod.
Yeah, inshallah. So he's like, hey, go over here. And like, we get into the room and he's like, and I'm like, what the hell? And he's like, yeah, man, we came all the way from London. We wanted to watch you.
Oh, that is so...
Listen, when I tell you, wallah, yeah, especially with certain like creators, because he's not like a celebrity. He's just a creator, a big creator. I've been around people that are bigger than him and stuff like that. And I look at people like peers. Even if I was to see a celebrity, I'm not actually, I don't get fussed. I'm not the type of person to ask for pictures or anything like that. I'm very, I'll enjoy the moment. I don't really care about
I don't care how many numbers you got. I don't care if you're a celebrity. But if you're someone that has directly impacted my life, my mental health, or helped me.
Like when you met Mufti Menk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you didn't go through what you went through, you would have seen him and be like,
Okay, explain what you were saying and I'll explain.
So the same with me. I've been around like really big creators, no problem.
Celebrities.
I've met celebrities and just been chilled. I don't even ask for a picture. I'd rather enjoy the moment. But when I tell you, I saw him and I could not compose my hands were shaking. I was like, because I've watched their podcast and I understand now when some of you guys have come to us and had this reaction, is when you meet someone that has mentally been there for you
or helped you through a dark time,
when you're at your worst and you've done, like just watched it and they've taken you out of it by laughing and stuff like that. And I've had people stop me the exact same way. I literally had some of the Relatable viewers cry to me.
I know, don't, because I'm going to cry.
And I fully understand the feeling now, because when I saw him, because he talks a lot about mental health, he deals with a lot of anxiety and all these things, and him and his brother made me laugh so much. And I saw him and I've never stumbled over my words. I couldn't get anything out. And Ivan was there like, come on, do something. I was like, oh yeah, man, I really like this podcast. Like I watch it, and eventually I was like, I got it. And his wife was in the back just bare smiling, like looking at me when I was talking.
And that's so cute.
And eventually I was like, I'll be honest, I've never really got nervous like this, but I just want to say that I've watched your podcast and it's helped me through so many like bad times on these things. And he just went, bring it in, brother, and like gave me a hug. And then I got a picture of him, and he even said, which I'm gonna call him out a little bit, because I did say to him I do a podcast and everything as well, and he was like, I'm coming to London, I'll get on the podcast, blah, blah, blah. I think he was just being nice.
No, what I think is this, right? What? Is he probably was serious, like the same way let's say if you said to someone in New York, yeah, I'll come, but then life probably happened.
Yeah, of course. Do
you get it?
But he was like, yeah, I'll come be on the podcast, bro. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And even his wife was like, see, you have a studio, you can go there and film something, bro. And I was like, because we have a studio, you can film whatever you need to film for your own stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And he was like, I'll shoot you a DM, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously I left the place and I was like, bare excited. I was like, oh, that's it. That's sick. That's lit. And I went to DM him, and then he like gave me not a dead reply, but the reply was just like, oh yeah, thanks for coming. And I was like, ow. But I wasn't annoyed, because I've been in that situation where like I do really mean it, and then someone DMs me and I give them the reply, but I'm busy with other stuff going on.
And stuff like that.
So I still watch the podcast, I still enjoy it, and I still really enjoyed that time. And I would still actually go and watch another one of his shows because it was really good.
Yeah, obviously you're not.
Yeah, but I was a bit sad, because I was like, I thought he might have seen me on like. But I came in like a fan, I'll be honest. But I just thought, maybe he'd see that I do social media and that I have a podcast, because our podcasts are like similar level and stuff like that. I thought he'd be interested in coming on and stuff like that.
No, but he probably is AO. I can't lie. He just probably got busy with stuff and just.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's so funny, bro.
He's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Let's plug them. What's their
I said the Lapuri podcast.
And yeah, they're really funny.
He used to be on the Basement Yard. That's how I found. That's my other favorite podcast I watch as well, the Basement Yard. But yeah, they're all just hilarious. I love that.
That's cute. No, like what you said, I'm the same. Like, I don't care about celebrities. I genuinely do not care. Like, I've been around some of the biggest celebrities. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I cried when I met Mufti Menk. No, but even like at the KSI fight, I remember, because me and the girls were like walking backstage bit, and I literally saw Gigs, and he performed in it, and I was like, that was a sick performance. And he was like, thanks, mate. Like, I'm not the sort of person to see numbers or celebrities at all and be like, oh my God, like.
No, I get you.
It's normal. If you are, look, it's normal. I can't lie.
Yeah.
As in, but I.
Yeah, we're not shaming it, by the way. It's just, I don't really get like that unless you've affected me in a certain way.
And this is what the reason I mention that is because I don't care. But then Mufti Menk, and the reason I say like someone that's affected or helped you, like you said, you're in a bad place, they've helped you, whether they've even meant to or just made you laugh.
Yeah.
You just feel like this connect. Like when you see them, I saw Mufti Menk, and basically it was around 4 months after I like separated with someone, and I genuinely Mufti Menk was the thing that really helped me in my darkest time. And it's so cringe. I say cringe, it wasn't cringe. But I started crying. I was like, I just want to let you know that like you are the reason that like I got through the hardest time in my life, and he made dua for me, and I was just like, Mufti Menk.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But I love Mufti Menk.
But it was Allah as the reason you got
Obviously, it was Allah. No, it was Allah, but I'm saying he used him as like
the tool. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's why when you guys come up to us, you know what people always say when like a lot of the time when people come up to us and say they watch a podcast, they'll always say, I know that you say you like it when we come and speak to you. Guys, I do. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, same. I've noticed. There's a lot of the viewers have come up to me and said, I'm only coming up to you because you've said you like it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
and
they're
I'm like,
worried.
you actually watch.
And I feel like they're worried to come and say something. But wallah, it's the best feeling in the world. Whenever anyone recognises me from the podcast.
Mainly from podcast viewers though.
Yeah, of course.
Because like when it's like, I don't want to be mean, right? But obviously it gets to a stage where you're like, especially when you're going for things, you don't want to see loads of people. But sometimes people will speak to me. They'll be like, oh, hi, Nisrin, and I'm like, hey, how are you? And then as soon as they say they're a podcast viewer, I'm like,
the energy changes.
So like for me, if you watch a podcast, that's a different level for me. I'm not gonna lie, because anyone can swipe on TikTok and like see.
I don't know if this was a podcast viewer or not, but this like, and I don't know if this was 100% true or not, but this is just my experience. I was in Westfield and this girl came up to me and she had her little sister, Nisrin, who's like really young, but old enough to talk and like probably Shelly's age. What's Shelly?
Jenna's like 10 or 11. No, 10.
Yeah, something like that. And she was like, hi, my little sister just really loves you. And she came up to me and just started hugging me straight away. Like this little girl, she was like, she loves your videos. And I was like, what videos? Because I was like, oh, this is so cute. I was like, really like, oh, this is so cute. And she was such a cute little girl.
She loves my first traps. What videos?
No, I don't do those anymore. I stopped that ages ago. My content is leveled up.
Nah,
anyway, but yeah, I was thinking, what does she watch to like enjoy? But I don't know. It could be anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe my videos of me cooking for my wife.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Nah, I just don't know. I was so confused.
Probably a lie. No, I've had some. I can't lie. I've had some really wholesome experience. Like when it's usually when people say like, "I watch your podcast," and I'm like, "Okay, this is you're like family at this point." But sometimes it's very annoying when people are like, "Are you Nisrin? Like, are you?" And then
do you know what I get? That's annoying. Are you Nisrin's brother? I'm like. I'm going to start just saying no. Nah, sorry, not me.
Wrong guy. No, but I'll get like people that are like, and by the way, I say it's annoying. It's not annoying, but it's like they don't know who I am. Yeah. And it's like they're the ones that I'm kind of like, okay, I got to go now. Not I got to go, but like if I know you watch a podcast, basically, I will sit and I want to chill with you, basically. Yeah. But if I'm like, if you've just seen me on your FYP, and it's like,
because I get that. Are you that guy from TikTok? I'm like, yeah.
But yeah,
could be any guy.
Love it when you guys speak to us. Love meeting you guys. Makes my day better.
I like even more. I like every interaction is amazing from the podcast. But whenever a guy tells me that he watched the podcast, it makes me super happy. Yeah, I'm always like, oh, sick, because that's like.
I feel you. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like for a guy to watch this and enjoy it, we must have a similarity in mindsets. Because I feel like the way I kind of see it is sometimes I will watch things when I'm into podcasts because I feel like I have a lot in common with the people that I'm watching. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel you.
And I gravitate towards them. So if I'm
guys will do it. Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem.
A lot of guys will watch a podcast, but you'll never see them actively say it or like comment it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why the ones that do, you're like, oh, so cute.
And even the ones that are willing to like. One guy come up to me, he was like, oh yeah, me and my girlfriend love he was like, you're on TikTok, and I can't remember, I think he said my name, and he was like, me and my girlfriend love you, and he was like, she's gonna be so gassed. He took a picture of me and sent it here.
That's so cute, man. Humans, see, like, do you not see how like happiness comes from humans being nice?
Yeah. Even like recently, I forgot what it's like to read the comments and see the DMs that we get and stuff like that. Yeah, man.
Life. Yeah. You lot are the only thing keeping me alive.
That's banging. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick, man. I think actually what I was gonna say, sorry, is out of the people that you would get excited to see, who were like the 5. I'll give you my 5, or as many as I can, that I would react in a way or like find it hard to compose myself. One is that Danny guy. Yeah. Another one would be Russ. I can't lie.
Why did you take mine?
No, but
Russ is life changing.
We've both been like big Russ fans, and I've been for years.
It's not even just when we say fan, we're not just like, oh my god, his music's so good. No, like guys.
I'm talking like his book, his mindset, everything he speaks
his
about. Like
interviews, just everything.
I've watched every single interview, and it's not even on a. It's more just he brought me onto that wave of like mindset and like bettering yourself.
Exactly.
And I relate. I've noticed all the people I relate to go through mental health issues. That's so funny. So Danny, Russ, Fusi2, everyone I'm related to just go through like mental health issues. And then one that is nothing to do with like mental health or anything like that, Maisie Williams. She is a character for Arya.
Yeah.
Obviously I wouldn't go crazy, but I would probably ask for a picture because I'd be like, Game of Thrones is my like go-to show.
Yeah.
And like Arya is my favorite character. I think that's so cool. But to be honest, anyone in Game of Thrones I'd probably ask for a picture with because I just think that show is cold.
Yeah, I love Game of Thrones as well.
But I wouldn't have that emotional connection. I would just be excited. Like, nah, I have to get a picture.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of people I would ask for a photo with.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mufti Menk was.
Can you ask for a photo?
No, my friend filmed it.
Oh, okay,
my friend filmed it. So like there was a rail with us.
Yeah.
But I think, honestly, top of my brain would just be Russ. Like, I can't... Even other celebs... Let's say people...
That's why you lot are just cool, though.
Huh?
You and Russ.
No, we're not cool. It's not that we're cool.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so fun fact, yeah. It's so funny, because imagine he sees and he's like, who is that?
Yeah.
Fun fact, we used to follow each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny, because Russ literally makes, like... In some of his songs, he's like...
He references unfollows. You think it's you?
No,
oh.
you idiot. What?
I thought he like references like we don't follow each other anymore.
No.
And you're there like
no.
you thinking
I'm
about
gonna
me.
explain it, right? So me and Russ followed each other, and the reason I love Russ, right, is because he's just like, his words have helped me. I know it sounds mad because even like we're not even supposed to listen to music, but his words have helped me, whether that's tweets, interviews, or music. I can't lie, music. Like a lot. I read his whole book in like an hour and 40 minutes, and I'm not even like really a book person.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just a very cool guy, and he's also he's not like other celebrities. I don't have to explain it. Like if you reach out to him and you tell him like, oh, you've done this for me. He's always posting like what his fans are saying and stuff like that. He's very down to earth.
He's not in the industry. He's built his own thing, and he's not moved by the industry, in the sense of he's not censored. He is basically almost like an influencer who's grown with no real thing behind backing them, and he can do whatever he wants because it's all the numbers that he has. People come for him.
Exactly, and I rate it so much because I can kind of relate to him in a way. Obviously, I'm not on his level, obviously, but what I mean is I'm doing what I'm doing in terms of on social media, but I don't care about like and everyone that knows me knows this as well. I don't care about like stunting on social media. I don't care about like going to these events and making sure I'm seen or I'm with this influencer. I don't care about that. Like, I'll be real with you. I just want peace. I want to make my money and I want to just enjoy life. Like, I don't care about the lifestyle. I'm going to be completely honest. I genuinely don't. And I feel like he's very similar. And the reason it's funny is because maybe like 3 years ago, he followed me back, right? And we were following each other, whatever. And one thing I've rated about him, if I DM'd him something, I'll give you an example. Recently, maybe a month ago, he basically posted a story and he was like, guys, I'm going to be honest, I'm very uneducated on what's happening in Palestine and what's going on. And he was like, can you guys educate me? And he was actively posting stories like, but this doesn't make sense and this doesn't, why did they do this? And I literally felt the need, and I was like, I'm always the sort of person where I won't DM him too much, even though I know he'll see it, because I don't want you to think I'm a beg. Like, I'll literally purposely see your reply and not reply, just like it, because I don't want you to think like weirdo. But I sent him about 20 messages when he was posting the stories asking for like basically videos and to be educated. I sent him like 20 messages straight. I was like, please don't let this happen. Don't let people say this and this, because that isn't true. And then in the end, he came to his own conclusion, which was like, obviously the humane one, which I rate so much, because you know, if Russ like was on, I don't want to say other side, because it's not sides, it's very much like humanity or inhumane. Yeah,
that's what I think.
That will break my heart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try, I would never listen to him again.
And
that's what's sad, because I like everything about him, but to see that he had that stance against like Palestine, I would honestly be like,
not even just Palestine, anyone, like any, to justify any,
of course,
what's happening to them, to anyone, even if it wasn't Palestine. But he made his post, whatever. And the reason I say it's funny, sorry, I keep going back, is because about 2 or 3, no, not 2 years ago, damn. I just realised.
Well, you didn't say, did he read all your messages and everything?
Yeah, the reason why Abe said, "Oh, you two are cool," it's not that. It's anytime I message him, and this is why I rate him so much, is he'll respond and he'll like show like I don't think I'm some. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like he can have a human interaction without
exactly, and he's like, "Appreciate you, I appreciate this." That's what I mean by response.
Yeah.
It's not like, "Hey, so do you want to FaceTime me?" It's very much like, "Oh, thanks for the support, I appreciate it." Like answering questions, and then we used to follow each other. Like he followed me back about 4 years ago, right? And obviously, I then got married maybe like 6 months later. But obviously, if I'm in a relationship, the person I'm with knows how much I love Russ.
Yeah.
And when you're in that situation, like they're like, look, can you just unfollow them and like remove them as a follower, right?
Yeah.
Because
I'm not going to you. I wouldn't let my wife be
obviously.
what's it called? A celebrity that follows her back and she has contact with.
And she's like, she's like
a big fan of it.
Yeah, and she's like saying,
nah, I'm good.
Yeah, so that's normal, right?
By the way, that's not me thinking that
your wife's going to do anything or he's going to do anything. Yeah, obviously.
There's, first of all, Islamically, the side of it.
Yeah.
And not just that, I'm a man, bro. I'm not going to let another man have that type of contact with my wife. Do you know what I mean? Who's not her mahram, who's not... Do you know what I mean? Of course,
no. Look, we get it. Obviously, Islamically, we understand. I'm just saying, like... Yeah, so they were like, you have to unfollow. And I was like, oh, yeah, of course. Twitch, like, my eyes twitching. I'm like, took me like 10 years to get followed back.
Yeah.
But I was like, of course, like, out of respect. And now I'm sat here. Followless. And husbandless. So where do we go from here? No, I'm joking.
Imagine he married you just to get him to unfollow him and left. That's my job done.
But yeah, no. One thing I rate about Russ is he always reply. And he's not... I love... I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to play it cool. I love Russ so much,
yeah,
guys.
but you got to be careful with stuff like this.
I love Russ.
No, you do have to be careful. Because I don't even want to... Not that I think you're doing this, but I don't want to send a message. Because, first of all, even me, like, obviously I like his music. And actually, I'm at a place where I don't even listen to music
I don't
listen
to music as much.
And I'm trying to actually get rid of it completely. Meaning I won't listen to his music anymore, inshallah, in general, to anyone's music.
But you listen to his podcast.
But I actually still will tune into his podcast. I still read his books because... Although he is doing something that's haram, he also has a lot of gems and a lot of knowledge on mindset. And I know for him, he talks about the universe, but for me, I relate a lot of stuff to God. And you also should be careful when you do that, to be honest. You want to understand how his thoughts actually work with Islam and not get confused between the two. I've done a lot of research and I've looked into it and I understand
and like manifesting
how manifestation works with Allah and believing that Allah's going to give it to you and all these things and that Allah is, as you say, of him. And all these things. So I relate what he says to how things actually work Islamically.
But he's not always just manifestation. It's more just like be consistent. You achieve your goals. Don't let you get in your head. Like literally things like that.
Yeah.
So,
and not just that, like in his recent album, he talks a lot about his childhood trauma and things he went through, which are so similar to us, like being in a household that's broken.
All I'm saying is that
growing
album,
up in arguments.
I know it's so bad, right? Because I'm not promoting music, guys. And I really do want to work towards not listening to music. But that album is what got me to like fix my life, as in like put the push I needed to fix my life, because I was just on my walks like I'm trying to fix a trauma from my childhood.
And I've read his book probably like 4 times and then also have it in audio form. So sometimes I just listen to it because whenever I go through stages where I'm so motivated and like determined doing things and I dip and I feel like nothing's working and then I'll listen to that book and all of a sudden I'll get this urge of like I can do it again and it pushes me again for a little bit.
He's very motivational, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that was what I was gonna say. And it's funny because the reason I said, actually I'm not even gonna say that, at the beginning you thought I said something, but I was like, no, it's funny because of this. You were like, oh, you thought he mentioned you in your song. I'm like, no, he mentions basically
what was he saying?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay, cool.
Because it's a bit disrespectful, so I'm not gonna it's not disrespectful, but it might come across as disrespectful for me. It's not disrespectful, but you know what I mean. Anyway, but life.
Yeah, that is.
I had so many of the questions from ages ago that I wanted to respond to.
Let's do 1 or 2.
Wait, no, there was actually something I wanted to mention. 1 second, guys. Oh, so have you seen like all of the stuff about Matt Rife?
No, I recognize the name though. I'm not really.
He's a comedian.
Oh, the white comedian that got like really famous because of his looks and stuff like that.
Yeah, but he is funny. But basically, they're trying to cancel him
because he said something about.
He made a joke about domestic violence.
Oh, okay.
So he made and look, my thing is this, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I'm not going to come on this podcast, because a lot of the time, I do water down my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you do, and I'm sure everyone does. And it does make social media a bit jarring, but it is what it is. You have to water down some of the stuff you have to say. But I do think that comedians, like, I get why it's stressful, because they're all people. It's about dark humor. Like, the world's become very sensitive, so I get why comedians are very much like, we want to still be able to like express ourselves and say the jokes we want to say. But obviously there is a line. There is like a line, if that makes sense. But he basically made a joke about how he went to a restaurant and the woman in the restaurant had like a black eye, and he was like, they should send her back to the kitchen. And he was like, well, I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye, whatever. He was trying to not laugh. But yeah, listen to this, right? So
What?
you think that's funny?
I'm like, you know when you're like, getting told off by a teacher and you're like trying not to laugh?
I don't think it's that funny. I think you just, because you're trying
I
not
know
to...
I know
you know you shouldn't
I know
laugh.
some people got upset about it. I'm like...
Yeah, but yeah.
Also, no one can say anything to me, bro. I was witnessing that happen myself as a child.
Yeah, all right, why are you getting defensive?
You know when like you're like, what? My friend is black.
Yeah, that's what I witnessed it. No, but yeah, we did, yeah. Anyway, so they were cancelling for that, and I'll be real with you. I'm going to be completely honest. When I first saw it, I was like, I'm going to be honest right now, guys. When I first saw it, and maybe it is because that is something that that's been part of my life.
Were you actually pissed off?
No, I was like, it's not that deep.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, because it's so, I agree with you, by the way, but it goes back to that Nella Rose that we talking about.
Exactly.
You don't know what it's like for someone who's actually been through it. Like we say that we've witnessed it. And
no, but just don't watch his comedy.
We don't know what it feels like to be the person.
Like,
we don't know what it feels like to be the person that actually went through it.
Yeah, I understand that. I get that, and that's why in life they say, like, you know how we're all doing trigger warnings and stuff like that. And I get it, you should, but at the same time, like, other people aren't responsible for your triggers. And I know this sounds messed up, guys, because I still believe in trigger warnings, and I know because it happens to me. I get triggered about certain things.
Yeah, but you can't blame that person.
But like, I think when it comes to comedians, look, we can be sensitive with everyone and everything on this earth. But I was thinking in my head, when it comes to comedians, just let them, as long as it's not like racism and it's actually genuinely just like jokes about things.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, right? At first, when I first saw it, I was like, is it that deep? Like, but yeah. And then I started to understand why people were really annoyed. So I don't think it was just the joke itself. I think he has a tendency to be misogynistic and put down women, like genuinely just talk shit about women.
So it's not like a one-off thing.
It's not like a one-off thing.
It's like he keeps attacking that.
Yeah, and he's genuinely said like this stuff. I'm not for women. Like he's like very much like trying to get the men on his side. Like so he talks down.
That's why his audience is all female.
That's what I'm saying.
Every person I've seen talk about him is a female.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, and that's where people start to get annoyed. And my thing is this. If you are a comedian and you make a joke and people are saying, look, it's hurt me, I do think you should apologize, right? Because, like I said, for me, I'm like, oh, I don't think it's that deep. I even asked my mum, and my mum was like, oh, yeah, it's just comedy. Do you get it? But I think the issue was when he was getting cancelled and he went to write his... Did you see his apology?
No.
And he basically... This was where it got bad, I can't lie, is he was like, oh, for all the people that are offended by... you know, the joke that I made, here's a link to my official apology. He put it on his Instagram, and you click on the link, and it's bad.
No.
It's a link to special, what's the word?
Special needs?
Special needs helmets. That's so messed up, innit?
That's so bad.
Like, that's messed up.
He's just like, I'm going for it. But
yeah.
I think I know what he's trying to tackle.
He's trying to say you can't cancel me.
Yeah, he's trying to do it, but it only works with some people.
Yeah. He's saying you can't cancel me. Look, I'll make the most messed up... Like, do you know what I mean? But...
I'm trying to think of what his mindset is.
Not just that, right?
Because I'd actually be a bit... I can't lie to you. I would be like, I made a joke. I don't know, it's hard because he's on this borderline where I think...
As soon as you apologise...
as soon as you apologise, you're done. Like, even your career, they can pick you now for any joke
when
you
you
make.
show people... Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. And especially the internet, when you show them... Like, especially people... I'm not going to lie, a lot of these people... And I've been through this myself. A lot of these people weren't offended by his joke. A lot of them, Ayob. And it happens because people in the world are weird. They just don't... They're offended by his success. And they've spotted something he's done wrong. And the same with Nella Rose and any person in the industry who has something something controversial, they're like, okay, you know what? Let's do this. Like, let's keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit and grill you for this because they're annoyed at your success, at you. So a lot of people weren't even offended at that.
Yeah.
They're just like him as a person.
But I think you can do it without the helmet thing.
Yeah.
Like, you could have just doubled down by not apologizing and getting on with your thing. Like, I'm not going to do it. But
exactly.
he like went a bit too far.
And it's getting worse, I can't lie, because
That's shocking.
people, like, loads of stuff is coming out about him, like, in a sense where he just does seem like a really shit person. Sorry to swear.
Like, it's actually getting like really bad.
Like, yeah, there's like relationship stuff, and he just seems like he's not just this comedian that people are trying to cancel for insensitive joke. Now it's like showing that like he's actually a bit of a
bad person.
No, I wouldn't say bad because I don't want to comment because some of it could not be true as well. But it's more just like, yeah.
Isn't that weird how like you could be this? You're just a normal human and you've made mistakes in your life, and then you get big, and then now all the mistakes come to light.
Yeah, I do agree with that, but it's more a case of how do you react. It's more about your accountability.
Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
When I find like I love comedy, find it all funny. The only stuff that ever annoys me in comedy or I find offensive is like when they talk about Muslims. Like, I can't laugh at it. I get a bit like defensive, but I've never gotten to the point where I'm like, would say anything, do anything, and I'd probably still watch the rest of your comedy show. In my head, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, even like when I watch Family Guy.
Yeah.
They'll make certain jokes, and I'm like, I just won't laugh.
Yeah.
I won't sit there and be like.
I love Family Guy, but whenever they do that, I'm like, I try to brush it off and just go on with watching the show.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like boycott Family Guy or do you know what I mean? And I'm the sort of person where I don't get offended. I don't know, but I really don't get offended by things.
Yeah.
Like, do you think you're...
I don't either, but it's just I have a different like, when it comes to my
obviously
religion, I do feel like I'm quite like sensitive in that because it means it's such a strong thing for me that like I don't like people. It's not even about what they've said. I don't want people who don't know the religion to then
see that
take that as that's agree. What it is. Especially like 100%. For example, I'm watching this show called Shameless.
You watching the American version?
American version.
Same.
English version's dead.
I'm quite far into Shameless.
I've already watched it years ago and I got far in and I just started watching it again because I was in that mood. Do you know what? It reminds me of when we were younger. I know that's an extreme version, but you know how they live that life. That's kind of how we went through like a household where anyone could just come in and things were going on. But yeah, they always make these like, they call them towel heads. Like
rag heads or something like that.
All that stuff about, and then talking about Muslims, and it's very Americanized, like her view on Muslims. And I'm like, and then even in the show at one point, one of them had like a headscarf and like covering her eyes and everything, and then like she couldn't breathe, so he like ripped it open, and then the rest of the episode she just had her hair out. And I was thinking they have such a bad representation of like Muslims, but although I'm enjoying the show, there's them parts I'm like, it's to me it's like, I don't like it. I'm like, or whatever. But I can still get through it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go, that's it, done with this show, do this, do that. Do you know what I mean?
I agree with you. I'm the sort of person where I don't even agree with cancel culture. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, and even when someone's done really, really, really bad things, unless it's, when I say really, really bad things, like I'm talking about, for example, Matt Rife, I'm not gonna sit and be involved in the cancellation of someone. Yeah, I'll sit back and if it happens, I'm like, whatever. But I will never be like, yeah, this is so messed up. And because I'm like, show the guy that, look, I get you're a comedian. Like, just kind of show him from other people's points of views. Yeah. I get you're a comedian, but maybe this was a bit too far. We understand what you're trying to do, but you know, this.
I think, cancel culture kind of goes against my personality. Because I wouldn't do that to someone who's wronged me or done something wrong in person. I would do the opposite, which is not opposite. Sorry, I'd do what you just said, which is advise. And I don't have that character to be like, "What the hell have you done?" Yeah. I don't have that person, and I'm gonna keep the same energy when I'm online. I'm not gonna all of a sudden be in comments, keyboard warrior, going crazy. I don't act like that in person.
Also, another thing, it kind of relates to religion. I know this sounds nuts, right? Yeah. But number one, forgiveness, and number two is, I don't want your fate to be in my hands. Yeah. So let's say you're an influencer, you're a celebrity. Let's say influencers, because celebrity's not that deep. And you've done something. I don't want me to be the reason this isn't your job anymore, or you can't pay your bills, or you're cancelled off the internet. I don't want that to be
you try. Some people that go through a depression when they put a lot of people messaging them, sending hate, and then they do something to themselves or hurt themselves. Yeah,
that is true. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, the only time, obviously, I have called out someone's behaviour before was like maybe like a year ago, where I just saw something that, and I can look back at it now and be like, I probably shouldn't have made that video. Probably just should have just DM'd them. Yeah. But I was so like, angry in a moment at some of the stuff I'd seen, which someone had basically been saying stuff that it was bad, I can't lie, about certain aspects of Muslims.
You felt more like
I
you were
felt like they
defending someone, not trying to attack someone. Yeah, yeah.
So the video I made wasn't to attack the person. It was more to show the other people like I'm defending you and be a voice for them. But I can look back at it now and I've learned a lot in terms of that situation, because now whenever I feel an emotion, whether that's with my friends, family, or whenever I want to do something, I've realized sit on it for 24 hours. And when I tell you, sitting on things, and even if it's not negative things, even if it's buying something or sitting on it for 24 hours, guys, wallah, it will genuinely change your life. An emotion, a message you want to send to work, family, friend, something you want to do, something you want to buy, just sit on it for 24 hours.
I think that will help me a lot, to be honest, when I think about it, because especially when it comes to buying, I'm that type of person. As soon as I want something, I want it, and I want it like now. I'm talking like I'll drive 4 hours and go get it if I need to.
I'm like that as well.
Yeah, like in my, like even remember when I got the iPhone, I was like, no, I'm gonna like I know there's gonna be traffic. I know that I'm gonna get stuck in London, going all the way in, trying to like I was in New York looking for it. I went to like 5 different Apple stores.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll go out of my way because I want it. But
yeah, I done an all-nighter to buy an iPad once.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of bad, isn't it?
But yeah, it definitely does help you. I can't lie, and I think that's more like we're seeking dopamine. You want that rush of dopamine. But yeah, guys, if you take anything into 2024, it's sitting on things 24 hours, emotions, and
I think that
actions.
is really important, especially when like you can sometimes think you're so convinced you want to send this text or you want to say this thing to someone, not realizing how it's going to impact and move your life, like in a certain direction. And it could
be the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
In that moment, we all do wrong things all the time. In that moment, especially impulsively, it could be the wrong thing to do. Like, and since in the last year, when I've done this whole sit on it for 24 hours, I've looked back at it and I've been like, I'm so happy I didn't do what I wanted to do, because that was the wrong thing to do. And I think as humans, which I kind of hate, I can't lie, and I think if you are like this, it needs to change, is we struggle and we have pride in saying that I was wrong, I made a mistake, I messed up, that was the wrong thing to do. Take that away, bro. Like, respectfully, we're human beings. We're literally made to make mistakes. Like, heaven is going to be full of sinners who repented, not perfect people.
It's true.
So get rid of that pride of like, I don't make mistakes. No, we make mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's your lesson of the day, guys. If you don't change, I'll find you. I didn't know. I was going to say like 5 different things. One of them was inappropriate.
Stuff very long.
But yeah, guys, that is the episode for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Nishan, where can I find you?
You can find me smiling on my pillow. You can find me at Isnisrin on Instagram and TikTok.
You can find me at Kalo Cash Out on all social media platforms. Don't forget to follow Sadly Relatable Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. When I come through, you know I'm on the clock, rapping on the beat and I do not stop. Sadly Relatable, yeah, we're gonna pop, blow, talk about 1 million on the subs. Yeah, yo, I'm on the mic and I go home. Goodbye. That was lit.
Does your wife not get the ick?
She's locked in, mate. She ain't got a choice. Anyway, I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.